video is sponsored by Land O'Lakes. Hey guys, I'm Jocelyn Delk Adams, aka Grandbaby Cakes, and we are back in the kitchen today working on an incredible new recipe. This is perfect for holiday baking, and it's something that I love to make for any special occasion. It's got an incredible, perfect crumb that's chocolatey and just so luscious and delicious, and then it's got an incredible cherry filling that is just decadent and beyond your belief. Also, the whipped cream topping, it really just brings everything together. And today we're making it all
with Land O'Lakes butter.
I cannot wait to share this recipe with you. Come on, hop in the kitchen, let's get started. So to get started, we need to work on our chocolate cake batter. We are gonna start with our dry ingredients. We have some all-purpose flour, and to that, I'm going to add our leavening. I've got some baking soda and baking powder, and this is going to give that cake a nice lift. Now I'm gonna add all of my wet ingredients to a separate bowl. I'm starting with, of course, the star of the show, Land O'Lakes unsalted butter, and this has been melted down. It still has that incredible richness and flavor that I love to add to all of my baking. It is truly essential, and it makes this cake just taste unbelievable. I'm gonna add some oil as well, and some buttermilk. This is going to give that cake some nice tang and some delicious flavor as well. And finally, some vanilla extract, and make sure that you use the pure, real thing. So now we're gonna get everything going in our stand mixer, and you can also use a hand mixer. Whatever you have at home is perfectly fine. I'm going to start by adding my eggs right into my stand mixer bowl. And also some granulated sugar is going in as well. So now that that's going, I'm actually going to start on something that is crucial to making this cake really delicious. And it's a combination of the chocolate and coffee in hot water. It's really going to make that chocolate flavor explode and just intensify. It's a great tip. Some coffee powder and some salt. Make sure that you add this hot water mixture very slowly because we've got eggs and we want to make sure that they don't scramble. So we want to kind of temper the eggs and bring them up to temperature with that hot water so you get a nice smooth consistency for our cake. So now I'm going to add in our dry ingredients, and I'm going to make sure that my mixer is slowed down so this incorporates pretty well. So make sure that you add it in a few intervals. And finally, our wet ingredients are going into the batter. This is the final step. So our cake is ready to bake up. I've got 3 9-inch round pans here. You can also use 8-inch if you want like a taller, sort of thinner cake. It's totally up to you. And I'm just gonna evenly divide these into our cake pans that have already been greased. So while our cakes are cooling, we are going to start working on our cherry filling. I've got some granulated sugar, and I'm just gonna add this to a medium-sized pot, along with some cornstarch. This is a nice thickener to really bring everything together. And finally, some cherry liqueur. We're gonna add that right in here as well. And I'm just gonna start to mix this and let all the sugars combine and melt together. And now I have our cherries, which have been pitted and quartered, and now they're gonna go right into our sugar mixture. So now I'm just gonna start to let this develop and let the cherries really start to burst with their juices. And we're gonna let this cook and simmer until it kind of develops into like a jammy texture. I love this incredible jammy texture. It's perfect for the filling of our cake. We just need to let it cool down to room temperature before we start decorating. So it makes it a lot easier if you create a dam with your whipped cream. so that you can add all of the filling and it won't spill over as you're decorating. So now I am ready to take a bite. Make sure I get some of those incredible cherries and those whipped cream too. Let's taste it. Oh my gosh. All of the flavors marry so wonderfully. The chocolate is just indulgent and so decadent. The texture of the cake is light, but also incredibly moist and fluffy. I love the cherry filling. It literally tastes like cherry jam. The cherries are fresh and they give this explosion of flavor that is so wonderfully offset by the incredible flavor of that whipped cream. It all just works so wonderfully. You've got to make this cake, y'all. It is irresistible. I hope to see you next time. Can't wait to have you back in the kitchen. Make sure you head to grandbaby-cakes.com to grab this recipe and so many more. And don't forget to subscribe so you can check out my weekly recipe videos.